Hello, everyone. I hope everybody has had a good day and a fabulous week. I am just going to be doing a laid back live stream where we can chat about whatever. And I am going to be doing my makeup. So I may or may not talk about the products. If you guys want to know what I'm using, just let me know. I'll try to remember to say what it is I'm using. But I'm just going to hop into it and people can join as they have time. I know that if you're working, this may not be the best time for you, but I have other things that I've got to get done today. So this is only the time that I really have a little bit of spare time in my day today. So I apologize for the delay of this. I was going to do it last night, but timing wise, it would have been really late. And I understand that I am in a different time zone than most people and I'm behind most people. So I didn't want to go live too late since I haven't been on in a while. So I put up a poll and the few people who did respond to that preferred it to be today. So I just pushed it back to today. So I hope everyone is having a good day. And if you're at work, that it's a good day at work. Tomorrow's Friday, and hopefully everybody gets to have a long weekend. I know some jobs you don't get the luxury of having a longer weekend or celebrating holidays and taking that extra day off. So, hey Rarely Care, hey Beauty Demon, hey Amber, hey Miranda, how are you guys all doing? I hope everybody is having, as I've already said, is having a good day. I'm looking forward to the long weekend. I'm actually leaving potentially in a few hours, maybe later today. If not in a few hours, I'm leaving this evening to go on a quick trip. So that's kind of exciting. It's very last minute, which is typical for my husband and I, but we are going to go on a quick little trip and see some people we haven't seen in a while. So we're kind of excited about that. So that'll be fun. Hey, Stella, how are you? Hey, Susan. Hey, Sally. Looking forward to the long weekend. Yeah, it'll be nice to have a little bit of a break. I think it's been a little while since there's been a holiday, hasn't there? So I am double priming today using two different kind of primers. Hopefully it doesn't make them pill up. Hey, Susie. Oh, well, I hope your important trip goes well. Yes, this weekend, hopefully it'll be a pretty easy, calm weekend for everybody where you guys can just relax if you want to, or if you have any plans to do stuff, you guys are able to do that. You're on your lunch break. Thank you, Susie. I did my nails a couple of days ago. Was it over the weekend? It might have been over the weekend. I think I did them on Monday, actually, because I let them rest, my natural nails rest a little bit before I did them again. I like to give them at least a day or two, if not more, time to breathe. I've got a new process of taking my nails off, so my natural nail actually doesn't get damaged. But I still like to give them some time to breathe and not be covered by product. Hey, my opinion, not yours. How are you? Labor Day is coming up. I understand you being nervous with everything going on. Just take precautions, be safe. Just relaxing. I mean, having a weekend that's just relaxing, everybody needs those occasionally as well. So there's no shame in that. Yeah, it's going to be Labor Day here, so most of the time you'll get some, depending on what kind of work you do, you'll have the holidays off. I'm doing really well. So, hey Kimberly, how are you doing? So I'm just doing a little bit of prep underneath before I go in with foundation. And since I'll be gone this weekend, I'm going to try, before we leave, to film a video that I've been attempting to film but keep running into tech issues. Hopefully I've got all those ironed out and I'll be able to hopefully have a video go up tomorrow. I can't promise anything because my time today is pretty limited, but I'm hoping I can get a video filmed for you guys and get it out to you before I leave. If not, you guys will have some content next week. So I appreciate you guys. I'm turning the light down a little bit so the lighting might change. So I appreciate you guys and your patience. I know it's probably been annoying that there hasn't been much content coming from me. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to use a different filming software. So it's just a learning curve when you're learning new software and you run into issues. So I'm just trying to learn that, mitigate that to be able to have good, consistent content moving forward. So hopefully I can deliver that to you guys next week if I don't get to it today. Relaxing after work. Oh, I appreciate that. I haven't been doing very many public live streams. I've just had a lot going on in my personal life and I'm not going to really talk about it because a lot of it is like super private information that I don't want to share. But there's just been a lot going on, which has been taking my attention away from the channel for the last month, really. But that stuff is starting to get sorted out. So I'm able to start focusing back on making content and following YouTube stuff, YouTube dramas, to be able to make videos. So I feel like that's the never ending story for me and my channel, though. Every time things start to get back to a normal, something else happens. This last year, aside from, what the world is dealing with, there's just been a lot of stuff going on in family and life that has kind of taken precedence over my channel. I'm always going to be someone who takes my personal life more seriously than my internet life, and I hope that you guys understand that and don't get offended by that. But it is what it is. This is not Tarte Shape Tape. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define. I got this. When did I get this? I got this a couple of weeks ago, and I've been using it. I've liked it for the most part. It does tend to break off a little bit after a while. Like, it's not a super long wearing foundation, but it does give a nice finish. It is a little bit too light for me, but with bronzer and everything, I'm able to lighten it, like bring back some dimension to my face. Hey, not another housewife. How are you? You're cleaning. You thought I went back to work? No, I haven't. I might. It's been something I've thought about, but I have not gone back to work yet. You found a different way to use your foundation? Yeah, Cushion foundations, if you're wanting minimal coverage, are a good option. For me, I don't like to use minimum coverage foundations because I have so much redness and I have so many freckles that I like to start off with a totally clean slate. So I prefer to have a fuller coverage foundation. That's just my preference. If I had a more even skin tone where I didn't have so much redness to cover, I would probably prefer a light coverage foundation. But for me, I just personally like full coverage. Definitely not offended. They have it at Target. What, the foundation? Yes. Most of my foundation I got at Target, and I got this L'Oreal Infallible Press Foundation that I know kind of went viral there for a little bit. It does have a good amount of coverage if you're just going to use it on its own, but I prefer to use this like I use the pressed Fenty powder as a light setting powder. I don't pick up a whole lot of product, but it helps even out my skin tone a little bit more because sometimes the redness still peeks through. So that's what I like to use those. Hey, Christophan, how are you? So I did grab a cream bronzer, but I don't think I'm going to use it since I've already set my face. And I thought I grabbed a different bronzer, but I didn't. So I'm just going to use my tried and true, my Fenty Beauty bronzer. Yeah, I've never really been a fan of BB creams just because I do prefer more coverage when I wear makeup. For me, I'm either an all or a nothing kind of person when it comes to makeup. Either I want to have like a full face of makeup or I don't want to wear any. When I was working, I would go for like no makeup looks. But since I'm not working, it's either I put on a full face or I don't wear makeup at all. And more often than not, I really end up not wearing any. But that's just kind of the routine that I've gotten myself into. You're trying out the Revlon Photo Ready Blurring Press Powder. I don't even know if I've heard of that one. I really have not been keeping up with makeup launches or product launches, and I really haven't been purchasing a whole lot of makeup this year. At the beginning of the year, I bought a couple of things, and since then, I think the last time I purchased was a couple of weeks ago, and it was just a handful of products. But for the most part, I'm kind of like not intentionally doing a no buy, but I've cut back a lot just because I do have a pretty large collection that I should be using rather than constantly going out and purchasing new product and allowing the products that I already have just to sit. You want coverage without feeling it. Cushion foundations, depending on what brand you go with, can give you that. Cushion foundations are usually pretty light in how they feel, and most of the time there's some good coverage cushion foundations. I know cushion foundations often have like some skincare ingredients in them as well. So I'm just going over those same areas with a little bit darker of a bronzer. Since this foundation is a little light and a little flat, you stopped wearing makeup since you have to wear masks. Yeah, I understand that. I think a lot of people kind of got out of wearing like full faces and stuff like that whenever masks started to be a thing and working from home just to let your face breathe. And then people kind of got, I think, at least I'm just assuming, people kind of got comfortable in their own skin rather than feeling that they constantly need to cover up their faces. I only wear makeup when I want to. Even when I was working, I wouldn't always wear makeup. There were quite a few days that I wouldn't. You don't have, I mean, that's okay. We can just chat about whatever. We don't have to keep the conversation on makeup. If there's something else you guys want to talk about, feel free. If I have an opinion or know anything about it, I'll definitely chime in. So I think I'm going to move my keyboard because it's in the way. And of course, drop other stuff while I'm at it because it's just how we do. So I'm going to use a concealer to prime my lids. It says a potted concealer from NARS. Setting spray will get rid of chalkiness. I think it depends on what kind of setting spray you're using too. Sometimes I've had bad luck with some setting sprays. Hey, Tutu Queen, how are you? You wear makeup, you wear masks at work, so you stopped wearing it daily. I mean, understandable. I'm in a way, like I almost think it's been a benefit that masks have been a thing. So women don't feel that you have to put so much effort into what you look like every day for work, unless you're someone who really enjoys to wear makeup. I know for myself at times I have felt like, oh, I need to look put together. You can still look put together and professional without makeup on or with very minimal makeup. Like you don't have to do a full face of makeup to seem professional or appear put together. You don't really need any sense mask. I've been someone who, hey, looking up and moving on, I've never been someone to really wear lip products. I've actually recently started to get into lip products, but before I would like never wear anything other than like a chapstick. And a lot of that is because my skin isn't sensitive, but my lips are. So certain ingredients will cause my lips to break out. And I still don't know what ingredients those are, but occasionally I'll try a new lip product to see if it happens. And if it doesn't, I will continue to use it. And if it does happen, then I won't use it. It tends to happen more, like I can wear any kind of chapstick, but with colored lipsticks, like in bullet form, I almost always end up a couple of days later with a breakout. So I really don't gravitate towards any lipstick. If it feels too heavy or sticky, you can't do it. Yeah. Happy birthday, Kimberly. I don't know if today's your birthday or if it was previously and we're delayed on wishing you a happy birthday. I know Beauty Demon had a birthday not too long ago as well. So I am probably going to attempt to recreate the makeup look I had in my last video. I just used the Natasha Denona Glam palette, the one that I have in front of me. A lot of this makeup I just took out of my traveling bag because you guys, I've already stated I'm going on a vacation, so I don't necessarily know if it's a vacation more than like just a trip. Hey Skip, how are you? You like Burt's Bees lipsticks? I haven't tried Burt's Bees, and that kind of doesn't make sense because their chapstick is one that I used to really like. Between Burt's Bees and Soft Lips, which I have come to find are extremely hard to find in store now, those are like the two chapsticks that I prefer to have because they're not super expensive. So if they happen to melt, it's not a big deal. And I'm somebody who does, I leave like a chapstick in my purse. I leave a chapstick in my car, by my sink. So I have multiple chapsticks going on at a time. And when I leave them in my car, they tend to melt because it's hot where I'm at. You will have extra drinks. There you go. Celebrate for them. You've never heard of the brand Soft Lips? They used to be sold at like Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Target. They were really thin little tube. They looked like they were like this. This is the lash glue, but they were all white. I don't have any in here with me right now, or else I would show you guys. The only place I've been ordered to see them and get them is from Amazon. You see them at the Dollar Tree. I'll have to check next time I'm out and about if my Dollar Tree has them, because I don't know what it is about that formula. It doesn't make my lips sticky, and it kind of wears off, which is fine. Like, I don't expect a chapstick to have like super long longevity, but it gives that kind of soft tingle that the Burt's Bees will give, but it's not as intense as the Burt's Bees. As I throw my makeup brush, it's not as intense as the Burt's Bees, but it really does make my lips soft. And if my lips are chapping or anything like that, I put it on once and I don't have the issue. I don't know what's in it. There probably end up being some chapstick that's like really crappy, but I really enjoy it. I've tried higher end chapsticks before, and to me, they're just not really worth it. I do not remember that from Avon Really Care. When I started to get into makeup, Avon wasn't really super popular. It was more Mary Kay. And I did have a couple of Mary Kay products, but they were more eyeshadows. I had eyeshadows from them. Amazing tinted lip balms. I just get weirded out when color starts to be put into them, because I don't know if it's a color that my lips react to or what. But I would prefer to not run the risk of having a breakout, because when my lips break out, I get like a pimple right on the line of my lip, and they're painful. If you've ever had a breakout there, they're really, really painful. And I haven't been able to crack down on what ingredient is causing that. So instead, I just am really weary about getting colored products. Hey, Xylee, how are you doing? Avon always had Bomb Bubble Bath. I don't think I ever used Avon Bubble Bath. This is an unpopular opinion, but I really don't like to take baths. Even if it's like just a relaxing bubble bath, I just don't like to do that. I get too bored, and then I like sit there for 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I just never was someone who could get into just like relaxing in water, like bathtub water. Like, I enjoy going to pools, and I mean, I grew up by the ocean, so I love water. But your mom used to buy Avon stuff? Yeah. I don't know if my mom ever bought Avon stuff, actually. She might have. You're on your phone and driving? You better not be the driver, Xylee. Geez, you shouldn't be chatting if you're driving. Don't make me get on to you for that. You forget you're in the tub if you're reading something. Oh my God. See, I can't do that. I've tried before. And I mean, it's been like within the past like 6 months. I've tried, like when I've been really stressed or something, like tried to like do the relaxing like tub thing and bring a book or bring my phone to watch something or read something, and it doesn't help. Like, I just get bored, and I'm like, why am I sitting here? Like, why am I sitting in this pool of warm water? It's not relaxing to me. And I think that's why I don't like it, is because I don't find it relaxing. Which, if you do, no shade, no shame. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just something that doesn't relax me. I think I have the kind of personality that's like extremely hard for me to actually like totally relax. If I'm awake, I'm constantly thinking of something or doing something. I have to be doing something. Like I've said, I can't even go to like movies. It's really hard for me to go to a movie theater because I just can't sit there that long. I get too impatient. I get bored. I think of other things I could be doing. It's just part of my personality, I guess. I'm just trying to blend all of this out and together so it's not like super, super harsh before I go in with a little bit darker of a color. I'm surprised I'm getting a little bit of fallout, and usually I don't with these shadows. I don't know if it's because I'm not paying attention or what that's about. Silent your cancel. No. You never know how to do that when you're on your phone. So when you're on your phone, from my experience, to tag people, it doesn't pop up. Like if you're on your computer, you can do the @ and start writing their name and it like populates. When you're on your phone, you have to literally type out their entire username to get it to tag them. But I have started to notice, and let me know if you guys have noticed this in other live chats, you don't necessarily have to do the @ anymore for the name to pop up. Like I've been in chats where people have said hi to me and they didn't put the @ sign before my name, and it's still like glowed, turn that orange color to like let me know that someone was talking to me. I don't know. That's just something I noticed recently. Yeah, if they have capitals or anything like that, you have to. They're not being mean to you, are they? You don't have to type the @ Okay, I was wondering if like that was just something new that's gone into effect, because I know before you used to have to. But I noticed that I noticed it a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't been live or anything, and I just never think to ask people. That's also like a really random question to like ask someone. Randomly go up to somebody, random conversation. Hey, does this happen to you too? So my neighbors are really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear them. I can hear them. They're outside talking. It lit up red for you. All right. That must be the reason people don't say hi. I find it hard when at least when you're known or you're a creator. I mean, some people aren't even creators, but they're known to be in chats. And you enter a chat, people will all say hi to you. I find it hard if I'm on my phone to keep track of who all said hi. And I hate to not acknowledge everybody, but I've kind of learned that I don't want to distract from the creator's chat I'm in. So I just tell everybody hi and that I see them. I hope that doesn't ever hurt anybody's feelings or offend anyone. But that's kind of how I've started to handle that kind of situation. Not that I'm trying to say I'm like super well known or anything. Definitely, I'm not trying to portray that. All right. And unlike most people, I don't ever do anything under my lash line. The few times that I have attempted to put eyeshadow under my lash line, I feel like I look like I got punched in the face. I'm just not good at it, I guess. And I just am not a huge fan of how it portrays. So I'm going to get some. You can't keep track on your phone, so you do the I love you all speech. It is harder to keep track on your phone because the chat is a little bit smaller. I think I'm going to try and see if I can cover this fallout up with this compact rather than putting, since I've already powdered, rather than putting concealer on here and running the risk of it getting all weird texture wise. So I'm just going to try and like dab a little bit over these spots and help fluff it out. You may just start putting hi in the first letter of people's names. I mean, or you can just do a generic hi everyone. You don't have to. I'm going to get a bigger brush just to like wipe any of that dust away. That is not a good brush to use for that. I think I just wiped a dog hair in my eyeball. Well, hopefully I blink it out. The joys of having dogs. Their fur gets everywhere. It makes you look yeah, it just doesn't translate on me very well. And I think part of it is, my skills with doing that isn't the best. So, hey, Righteous First, how are you doing? Hey, Sherry. Same with cats. So where I have my makeup brushes, I'll show you guys in just a second. I'm just trying to curl my eyelashes really quick. Dog hair in your lip gloss is a true struggle. Oh my gosh. Or your own hair. That's why I'm like weird about lip gloss. So I have these things with like the lid, but my face brushes, the lid broke off. So they're just open. And this is a room my dogs really don't come in very often. But having a dog, well, I've got 2 dogs, but having a dog with a thicker coat, you're going to have hair. You're going to have hair everywhere. I'm not going to do any eyeliner or anything today. I thought about it and I got it out, but I'm honestly, what I'm doing today is I'm probably going to, I'm going to try and film. And after I film, I will probably be taking this makeup off because I'll be driving. So what's the point to have your makeup on if you're going to be driving, right? Oh my God, you have really long hair. I've been contemplating cutting my hair again, but not cutting it like super short, just cutting it to where it's one even layer, because the last time I got my hair cut, it was at a downward angle. So the front parts of my hair are way longer, not way longer. They're like 1.5 inches longer than the back. But now that the back part of my hair has grown out enough to where I can still put it up in a ponytail, I've been debating about cutting it. I don't know. Rarely care. I don't know. This is no offense to that creator. I don't really watch their content, so I'm not sure what they were talking about. And to be honest, I've had a lot going on, so I really haven't been watching a lot of YouTube lately. So I would give an opinion if I knew, but I don't know. You need to cut an inch off to get rid of split ends. I mean, I'm sure my ends are split. Since I've dyed my hair so much in like the last couple of months, I really haven't been using a whole lot of heat products because I'm trying to not damage my hair more. I've just been letting it naturally dry. And I know you can still get split ends just from normal wear and tear. So I'm sure I have them, but I really have not been using any kind of heat products on my hair. Your hair is thick. I don't have thick hair. Like, I wouldn't say my hair is thick. I wouldn't necessarily say I have thin hair either, but I have extremely fine hair. My hair is really, really fine. So it doesn't hold hardly anything. If I curl it, which is very, very rare that I do, it falls out. No matter how many products I put in it for it to hold, I just have fine hair that way, which is fine. I'm used to it. I've had it my whole life. Coconut oil is great as a hair mask. I've heard coconut oil is really good. This is probably going to sound really bad, but I mean, it's the truth. I really don't put a whole lot of effort into my hair. My hair is one of those things that I just don't really care about. Which sounds bad, but it's true. I'm sure if I did put more effort into it, it would probably hold curl and maybe perform a little bit better, be a little bit more voluptuous than what it is. Something that doesn't bother me, doesn't really have my interest, so I just let it do its own thing. Most of the time, and this is honest, most of the time I literally just have my hair up. The only times I take my hair down is if I'm filming or if I'm going somewhere and I want to appear more girly, will I wear my hair down. Otherwise, my hair's always up in a ponytail or in a clip. I rarely ever wear it down just because it gets on my nerves and it makes me hot. I don't like my hair falling in my face, so I really don't ever wear my hair down. Dang it. Have I tried sea salt spray? No, I haven't. If I ever get into doing my hair, you guys have definitely given me good suggestions on like products and ways to do my hair. If I ever get the gumption to care more, maybe I'll definitely take some of your advice on that, because it's one thing that I don't care about. I don't know why. I never really have. When I was, what grade was I in? I think I was in 8th grade. I got my hair permed, and that was about the only time that I ever did anything different with my hair. Hopefully you guys can't hear my neighbor and whatever they have turned on out there. Nail will never be around my face, not even as a hair mask. So funny story. When I was, I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade. I don't remember. I got lice, and the chemical kits that you can buy to get rid of lice, we bought those and it wasn't getting rid of them. So the next thing, like home remedy that my foster mom at the time knew would probably work, was to put mayonnaise in your hair and let it sit for a few hours. And that did not smell good. It did work, but it did not smell good. And surprisingly, I am somebody who I still eat mayonnaise. Like I like mayonnaise. All right. I think my face is good. I think I'm going to leave it there. I may put a lip product on. yeah, if you guys have questions, I'll definitely answer. I just don't know I don't know what that question is referring about. So I'm going to use this little paper towel that I have sitting here just to get the foundation that has covered my lips off before I put this product on. All right. So I got a couple of lip products and I've worn them a few times and I really do enjoy them, which is surprising because again, I'm usually weird about lip products. I got this lip pencil, but I'm not going to use that because it takes me forever. I'm just going to use this Super Stay Matte Ink by Maybelline. These feel fine once they dry down, but in the process of them drying down, they do get a little bit uncomfortable for me. There's been one other liquid lipstick that I really enjoy, and it's from Ofra. I don't know the color of it. It's in my drawer. I have learned for myself, I prefer to wear, like, if I'm going to wear a lip product, I prefer it to be like a nude color. Ofra has really good, yeah, I got one in like an old Ipsy when I still had Ipsy, and I've used it a few times and I really enjoy it. The matte ink stick, I didn't even know they have sticks, but again, sticks, any stick form of lipstick, I'm automatically hesitant about. Those are the mousy ones. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're failing at cleaning. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do you want to fail at cleaning? Oh, that's funny, Kimberly. Yeah, my dogs, one of them is extremely gassy, but I can't ever say that his flatulence has woken him up before. But he definitely has audible. When he passes gas, it's definitely audible. And shortly after, you definitely will get not a pleasant smell. So I am going to mousse. Yeah, it does have, where did I put it? Where did I just put it? Okay. I'm not the best at swatching, but I'll try. It definitely does have like a moussey texture when it goes on, and it goes on very creamy, but as it's drying down, like right now, I can feel everybody's lips has like the cracks in them, and I can feel it like trying to settle into that. And because I'm talking, it's probably struggling a little bit. That part is kind of uncomfortable to me. But once it actually dries down, I mean, you can tell it's got some staying power. It didn't even dry and it's like stained my hand. Once it's dried down all the way, it doesn't budge. Yeah, it definitely does have a whipped texture. I like it for that. It's just this moment while it's drying down, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But once it dries down, it doesn't bother me. But I'm also someone who I don't mind I know some people really don't mind the feeling of makeup, and maybe I just really haven't experienced that. But like my face, I don't feel like I have any product on my face. So I don't know if I'm just someone who that doesn't bother, or if it's because the products don't have any weight to them. So I'm going to set my face first with this Glow Recipe Watermelon Mist. I do go over this because I prefer a matte finish. I don't like to appear shiny at all. This smells really good. It has a good mister, but it does leave your face looking glowy, and I don't like that. If you do, it's a good spray. It does provide that glow, but I just prefer matte, so I always go over it with the Fenty Beauty matte spray, which this is heavily fragranced, and it tastes like poop if you get it in your mouth. I mean, don't say that about yourself, Callista. All right, I am going to go over this with a gloss. You don't have to, but I'm going to. It's a little bit lighter of a nude. Because although I like my face to be matte, I don't like my lips to be matte. I feel like that looks a little like too flat. Gerard Cosmetics has some great matte lippies. I've seen other people talk about her products. I just haven't ever purchased them. And it's nothing against her. It's more or less, I just haven't really been buying products. So you're cheap with most products. I mean, I flip-flop. Like I go for more high-end eyeshadow than face products. Like face products, I have some more expensive face products clearly that I do use, but I really don't have any issues with drugstore face products. I really don't like the way that drugstore eyeshadows perform though. The Buxom lip glosses, I have excuse me as I choke myself on my drink. I have one sample of Buxom, and I think it's in my purse, to be honest. Should I try something that I haven't done in a long time, which is put eyeliner in my waterline? I haven't done that in forever. Thank you, Tutu Queen. I appreciate that. I'm going to try it. It's probably going to ruin this eye makeup. I haven't had an eyeliner in my waterline in forever. You love the ColourPop eyeshadows? I got a ColourPop eyeshadow palette several months ago. And I've used it a few times. And I don't mind it. I mean, for the price point, it's definitely good. I think it's good quality. And usually I do gravitate more towards reds and berry tones. But lately I've kind of been going with more cool tone and neutral eye looks, even though this is a little bit dramatic. And that's just because it complements my eye color very well. I know that this is not going to stay, which is part of the reason why I'm doing it. I have never found an eyeliner that actually will stay in my waterline. My eyes are really watery, I guess. But it'll fade. It'll be gone in like an hour. I remember when I was in high school, I remember like how my eyeshadow would look. I would do like a cotton candy look on my eyes. Like it was like a light pastel pink and a light pastel blue. And I would like do those on my eyes. I would do mascara. I would like do eyeliner, just like basic eyeliner. And then I would always have eyeliner in my waterline. And I really didn't wear a whole lot of face products back then. You like the nail color? Thank you. That's what this is. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. This wasn't the product I was going for, though. I wanted to try I just wasn't paying attention. I wanted to try the other one by NYX that's got like the dual side where it has the matte lip product and then you go over with the shine and it allegedly doesn't budge. I wanted to try that, but I grabbed the wrong kind. ColourPop. I think it might be able to get it. It's the wrong drawer. The ColourPop palette. It's one of their smaller palettes that I got is this one, the Sweet Talk palette, which is really pink and really rosy. But this is typically the color story I like. I don't know if I can reach it. Manny MUA's brand Lunar Beauty. Their Strawberry Dream palette. This is one of my go-to palettes. I don't really mess with the really bright blues, but other than that, I have worn the emblem off of almost every shadow in here. I really like that shadow. That eyeshadow palette. I'm not a huge fan of Tarte. I've purchased a few of their palettes in the past and I just really wasn't a fan of them, so I stopped purchasing them. The Marc Jacobs. My mom wears the Marc Jacobs eyeliners in her waterline and she doesn't have any issues, but I have the Marc Jacobs. I don't think I grabbed it. I have the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in black and it doesn't stay in my waterline. I have the Urban Decay 24/7. It doesn't stay in my waterline. Nothing does. I've tried plenty of and I kind of think that's a lot of why I stopped wearing eyeliner in my waterline is because it just always wore off. The Lila palette, I don't have the Natasha Denona Lila palette. I have the mini, I think. Let me see. I have a lot of her little 5-pan small palettes. Let me see if I can grab them. See if I have that one. The Marc Jacobs eyeliner goes bad quick. Oh no. See, I have more than I should probably admit to of her mini palettes. Yeah, here's the mini Lila palette by Natasha Denona. I've used it, but these shades are pretty dark. And although my eyeshadow now is kind of darker, I kind of hesitate to go for really dark eyeshadows. And a lot of that is because I prefer to build my pigment up rather than have a super pigmented shadow that the second you dip your brush in and you put it on your eye, it's like overly pigmented and then you struggle, or at least I struggle to like blend it out and buff it out. So I tend to not gravitate towards darker shadows. I like her 5 pans like this, but some of them are, I can't, I struggle with like the color story. Like this one is like a khaki one. This is the mini gold palette. And I have the big gold palette, but there's only two mattes and they're both fairly dark for me. Like this one I can usually work pretty well because there's a lighter matte and then a darker matte. But like this mini Lila palette, like that color story for me is really hard to like come out with a look using these two darker shades on their own. And I typically don't use dark glittery eyeshadow. And then this one is one of her really colorful ones that she has. I think I've dipped into this maybe once. So, but these are the only 5 pans that I have of hers. I don't get the 5 pans that are bigger. I just don't think they're worth the money. I mean, the quality is probably fine, but I would rather pay $25 for 5 little smaller shadows than, what is it, like 35 or 45 for a bigger 5 pan where the eyeshadow pan size is just bigger. I can't do that. If you swatch it and it's gummy, throw it away. I will keep that in mind. You struggle with the price of those? I mean, her bigger 5 pans I struggle with, and her really large palettes that are like $240. I've never purchased any of those. They're just too expensive. I don't know. Sometimes I can justify a higher price point palette, and other times I can't. Like the Pat McGrath, I always thought was like way, way, way too expensive, and that I would probably never purchase one of the palettes. And I did, and I have it, and I've used it, and I do enjoy it. But I mean, my honest opinion is, unless you have the money to just throw around and you want to collect her eyeshadows, I don't really find them like groundbreaking. The shadows that have like that trichrome effect are cool, but you can get like indie brands are making shadows that are trichromed and like way more shiny and different than hers. But I bought one palette just to have it and try. This is the one that I got, and I do enjoy it, but looking back at it, like I have a hard time justifying the price I paid for this. And her other palettes that she has are beautiful, but I don't think I will be purchasing any more of her palettes unless they're like totally up my alley color story wise. One of the makeup products that I do want to try, and I haven't been able to get my hands on them because they've been sold out, are what's that brand? I don't know. It's an indie brand that Michaela on TikTok first showed, where you mix in the medium and they're like super, super shiny and like duochrome, multi-chromed. Those look gorgeous, and I want to play with those, but every time I go to check, they're sold out. So it'll probably be a while before I can get my hands on those. You got the Anastasia BoxyCharm box and you love it. You never paid full price for those. I love my Anastasia palettes. I have a lot of them. I don't have all of them, but I have a lot of them, and they're an easy palette if you kind of struggle with thinking of what kind of look to come up with, which is something that I do struggle with. Like color story isn't my best suit. So I enjoy her palettes for that. They have definitely all gotten a lot of use from me. The only one that I have that I probably haven't used and should use more is the Riviera palette. And it's just because there's so many really bright colors in that palette. And same thing with dark colors. I struggle with like super colorful shadows. I know how to work the ones that like the colors that I like. I know how to work those to get an eye look that I like. Thank you, Beauty Demon. Bye, Callista. I'm probably going to hop off of here soon myself. This is depressing thinking about all the makeup that you hardly use and is probably about to expire. I feel the same way. I mean, don't do as I do, but I don't really go by expiration dates on my makeup products. I try to make sure that as long as they don't have any off smell to them, I will still use them. When it comes to like eyeliners and mascara, that's a little bit different because they're typically going right in your eye. I'll throw those out, but eyeshadows and even some foundations I'll keep, and I've never had any issue, but I do know the risk. And, you know, I kind of do it to myself if I end up like having a reaction or something to bad product. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions or anything you want to chat about before I hop off of here? Loxy single pans are pretty great. I don't know if I've ever heard of the brand Loxy. There are so many independent brands that are coming out that have like amazing quality products. I was introduced to the JD Glow shadows, and I don't use them very often because the colors that I got are very different from my everyday wear. But when I do use them, I get a lot of compliments on them. They're not very pricey, and they're like trichromed shadows. I can reach. I think I have 3 of them, and I can reach 2. These are the 2 that I have. Let's see if I can swatch them. I need to get like a Z palette or something so they're not in these like little random. Is it gonna? Yes, I have that red stain. It won't come off. I need to get some oil, but it's very, depending on how the light hits it, it changes. I don't wear a lot of blue eyeshadow, so you weren't a fan of the bronze palette. Are you talking about like her $65 bronze palette? I didn't buy that because I have the gold palette and I have the sunset palette. This one's the one that I just swatched. You can kind of see more of the color shift with that one. It's very mermaid-like. I don't wear blue eyeshadow often, though. So I have another one that's more pinky. I just don't know where it's at. I don't have any makeup remover in here because I use a balm to remove my makeup. So my fingers are stained and now my hand's stained. I'll have to go wash this stuff off. So yeah, I don't know about her bronze palette. I didn't buy that one. My hand's stained. I don't know how beauty gurus do this swatching thing and don't end up like super covered in glitter and color. That bottom one is the shade Bora Bora. It's a Galaxy shadow from JD Glow. I think these are like maybe $10, but they're massive pans. And then the other one was Secrets. Yeah, these are almost 3 grams of product, which when you take into the cost to how large these pans are, it is worth it. It's just a matter of how often you're going to use these shadows. Oh, here's the other one I have. This is the other one. This is in Peachy Keen. I'll go ahead and swatch this one too. Might as well. I haven't used these in a while. This one's very much, there you guys can see the shine. It's a peach shadow with like a yellow gold, white gold reflect. So you obsess over skincare more than makeup. I kind of go in between. Yeah, these are the JD Glow shadows are very much like a topper shade. I use the Kaja bento boxes as my topper shades for most makeup looks because they're very sparkly and they don't pack a lot of pigment to them. I love my Kaja bento boxes. They'd go good with browns and neutrals. I haven't really tried to play with my JD Glow shadows too much. When I first got them, I played with them quite a bit, but I really haven't been playing a whole lot in makeup lately, which is kind of why I wanted to play in some makeup, and I haven't really been on much and haven't uploaded much, so I figured I would do it with you guys. Just have a chill, laid back stream. So it's been nice hanging out with you guys and just talking about makeup and other stuff rather than what's all going on, because I know that there's a ton of YouTube drama going on. And next week, I will probably do like a weekly wrap up where we can talk about some of the dramas that have been going on. I was planning on doing it tomorrow, but since I'm not going to be home, I'm not going to be able to do it. So I wanted to pop on and talk with you guys a little bit, but I think I am going to hop off of here because I do want to go live on my crafting channel for a little bit. So I'm going to hop off of here, take a quick break, let my dogs out, and then do a quick live over there. And then I'm going to try and get this video filmed. So hopefully I can edit it and get it out for you guys tomorrow. But I'm running out of time between now and when my husband comes home. So we'll see if I can get that done. So there may or may not be a video tomorrow. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and just having a laid back chat. It's been nice to do this. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. But I hope wherever you guys are that you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.